What's up, gang? Welcome back to the Fingerstyle Guitar Guild. My name's Kevin, and this is beginner fingerstyle lesson number 3. Today's lesson will be those 3 fingers, but in reverse order: M, I, and P. And coming up, a fun song I wrote so that you can work on your MIP arpeggios. Remember that we've been learning this planting technique that helps you prepare your fingers ahead of time, helps you be more accurate, and build speed. And though we learned a full plant in lesson 2, in lesson 3 today we are going to learn what's called a sequential plant. What is a sequential plant? A sequential plant is when you plant your fingers one at a time in order instead of preparing them all at the same time. So recall lesson 2 where we started with a full plant where all 3 fingers started down at the same time, right? Remember, we're preparing thumb, index, and middle at the same time to play an arpeggio sequence. But in today's lesson, we're going to do the opposite. Anytime your arpeggio goes up this way, from the high string to the low string, or from the ground to the ceiling, you're going to do what's called a sequential plant. Sequential planting will look like this. I'm holding a C chord on my left hand, just for example's sake. What I'm going to do is put my middle finger on the 2nd string to start. Now, as soon as that finger fires, index finger comes down on the 3rd string. And as soon as the index finger fires, thumb comes down on the 4th string. Hence, sequential plant. We're planting and preparing the fingers in sequence. Again, that looks like this. Middle finger first, then index comes down, then thumb comes down, and then it starts over again. So if I'm going to do that in a cycle, after my thumb plays, when it's going to be the only finger left on the guitar, middle finger's going to come out and prepare for the next pattern. So that would look like this. Middle finger, index, thumb, middle finger, index, thumb. Remember the importance of why we're doing a planting technique in the first place. The idea is to have your fingers on the guitar at all times, hand never floating. Floating is a bad word in fingerstyle guitar. What we want is preparation and accuracy. So what we really want is to have our fingers touching the guitar as much as possible. A physical point of reference on the guitar is going to help you build that accuracy and speed that you really want to develop. A quick demo of how you can build some quick speed with that, using the pattern you just learned. Basically, over time, the training wheels come off from the planting. Let's learn how to apply this sequential planting technique to a song that I put together for you. We are starting with a partial C at the beginning here. Pointer finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string and middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So I'm going to start with my middle finger on the 2nd string, just like I did earlier. And we're going to do 2 patterns in a row using the sequential planting technique like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the middle finger up from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and then the ring finger's going to grab the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. We're going to do that pattern also twice. Then we're going to take that whole pattern, move it up a whole step to the 5th fret, do it twice. Now I'm going to keep going up the neck, but this time my pointer finger is going to play 6 on the 2nd string, and my middle finger is going to play 7 on the 4th string. And notice that everything repeats. Now I'm going to take that shape up a whole step and do it twice again. So now we're going to work our way back down on the patterns you've seen already. But this time when we get to the bottom, we're going to hold an entire C chord, and we're actually going to do that pattern across most of the guitar now, which is really good practice for your eye-hand coordination. finger starts on the first string and works our way in MIP patterns all the way to the 5th string like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5. Those are, of course, the string numbers. Then I'm going to grab an E major chord and do the same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5. The next part goes to A minor, starting in the middle of the arpeggio, so we can get some variation on our practice, where we're going to start and we're going to go from 3rd to 4th to 5th, then jump to 2nd and go 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then jump all the way to 1st and go 2nd and 3rd, and finally play a bass note with the thumb. And it will follow by doing this same pattern on an E chord, which will sound like this. Then it goes back to the A minor pattern, starting from the middle. And then near the end, you get this F/C chord, which you'll see on the tab. I have a diagram of it. And again, it'll start from the 3rd string, and it'll work on patterns going up and then play a bass note. Have fun learning the Lesson 3 song. Alright y'all, that's going to wrap up lesson number 3 of my beginner fingerstyle guitar series. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to check out the link in the description where you can get the free PDF of the song that I just played, as long as you become a free tier member of my Patreon page. Stay tuned for lesson 4, as we're going to add our ring finger to the patterns and have a whole lot of fun developing our hand that way. Thanks again for stopping in, y'all. Happy practicing.